fancy. Okay. Okay. So, this is the first lesson of the unit, and so when the kids are coming into this, I'm assuming that they already know what a number is and a whole number is, or they should already before we get into here, just so you kind of know where we're sitting, so when I'm starting, you're not like, so we're assuming the grade 4s have previous knowledge of this particular topic. Okay. So, morning grade 4s, how are you?
Good morning. We're doing
Awesome.
great.
Awesome, good.
Learn.
Ready to learn? Oh, I love hearing that. That just makes me so. Okay, so today is in math. We're going to move on to a new unit. So today's the first lesson of our new unit on whole numbers. So we're going to be learning about whole numbers. Now, who can tell me, if you're looking around the room, we're just going to start with an activity. I want you to look around the room or think in your heads something that you think might represent a whole number or have whole numbers on it. Right.
The clock.
Okay, yes.
A license plate.
A license plate, yeah, could be, yeah.
The password to my cell phone.
Okay, yeah. Can you please put that back away, thank you.
I don't know if grade 4s would have a cell phone.
Speaking, I didn't start a timer.
Yeah, start with-
I got a timer. Okay. Wonderful, great. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples here. And, okay, so like Brett said, so on a clock, 12, the 3, the 9, the 6, that's a whole number. Now, would this be a whole number? So I go to the grocery store, I'm going to buy some bananas, and the cashier tells me that the bananas are $1. Is that a whole number, do you think?
Yes.
Why do you think it's a whole number, Leah?
Because there's no decimals behind it. Like there's zeros.
Okay. Anybody else want to take a shot?
I agree with Leah.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong, you're close. So a dollar amount, like when you go to the grocery store and you're paying money for something, this is not a whole number.
Oh, okay.
And because it has a decimal in it.
Okay.
Okay. So now, would the number 4 be a whole number, do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Because there's no decimal in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's not one. Okay, so who can tell me, maybe, a definition? How would you define whole numbers in your own words, do you think? From what we just talked about.
A number that's not split up. I don't know.
That's a really
Okay.
good start. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm trying to think of a grade 4 definition.
I'm trying to think of a real definition. I actually don't know. It's a number.
It's a number, yep. Okay, does anybody remember from grade 3 what a whole number is?
A number just by itself.
Okay, and what do you mean by itself?
It doesn't have any other numbers.
Behind it.
Like just the number 4?
There's no
Just
There's
the
nothing
number
else.
4. There's no
Okay, yeah.
decimal.
Yeah.
Okay,
over.
yes.
Anything greater than 0.
Anything greater than 0. Anything greater than 0?
A whole number.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, you're all on the right track. No, this is wonderful. Thank you. You're all on the right track. Okay, so what it is, we're going to take a piece from everybody because you're all half right. Okay, so a whole number is a number starting from 0 that does not have a decimal point and is not a fraction. Now, do you remember what a fraction is?
Numerator, denominator.
Yep.
You just said one, half.
Half. That's right, I did. Okay, so this has a decimal. This is a fraction, not a whole number. Okay, so now is this a whole number?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
'Cause
No
there's
decimal,
decimals
no
or
fraction.
fractions or-
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, now I need you to remember that because we're going to go on to some activities and there's going to be a bit of a, you're going to have to know that, a bit of a review later. Okay, so you've noticed that you have whiteboards on your tables, on your desks. If you could please get those out. We're going to do just a quick little activity. Okay, so first what I want you to do is I want you to number only whole numbers using hundreds. So only hundreds. So you know hundreds are 100, 200,
Okay.
and so on. I'd like you to order, in order, from 100 up until 1,000. Just hundreds. Just using hundreds. You might have to write small.
My answers.
This marker doesn't work.
And hold them up when you're done. Up to 1,000.
Oh, I can write 1,000?
I can write 1,000.
Yep. Up to
It's not
1,000.
100.
I guess I didn't say including 1,000. Wonderful. That was fantastic. Great, great. I can see that everybody understands that. Okay, now I would like you to erase your boards. Use your erasers.
Thanks.
And now I would like you to, only using whole numbers, number using 1,000s all the way up to 10,000. So your 1,000s are, your 1,000, 3,000s. That's a good strategy, Brett. There you go, you guys are quick. This is fantastic. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, I can see that we're good there. That's beautiful. Okay, you can erase your boards. Now what I would like you to do is I want you to count backwards,
Oh my gosh.
only using whole numbers from 1,000 to 100. In hundreds. Use hundreds only.
999, 998.
Yeah, that would take a really long time, Brett. And the point of this activity will be, it's going to segue into us counting by the tens. Wonderful. Good job, Arsenal. Great job, Leah.
Thanks.
Good job. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, I can see that everybody understands that. That's wonderful. You can erase your whiteboards and you can pile them in the middle of your tables there. I think we're done for now. And your markers too, please, so that we're not tempted to write on things we shouldn't be. Yes. Okay, so let's move on to some vocabulary before we get started into the whole numbers and adding them and our counting by block 10. Okay, so first of all, does anybody maybe know what pictorially means? Pictorially.
Something about pictures?
Yeah, so we know pictures.
Third year Brett doesn't really know what that means. You're my grade 4 Brett.
Yeah.
Pictorially.
Is it something to do with counting with like objects or something?
Close.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, so I think Leah was probably the closest in answering there.
No,
So it does have to do with pictures, so we have almost the whole word here. So you're representing something. Do you know what represent means?
Show.
We're representing, right? So this pen here is representing a marker.
Okay.
Okay, so we're representing stuff in pictures. That's what this means in math. Okay, what about symbolically?
Something that uses symbols.
Yes. Something that uses symbols. Everyone else agree?
Yeah.
That's good. You're right. Yes.
Representing
So you're representing something with a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So in math, we're representing with a symbol. What about connections? You're connecting something in connections.
Similar? Looking at
Something-
similarities?
A relation
Yeah.
between two things.
Perfect.
Okay.
A relationship between two things. So it can be a person,
Need to look at that.
it can be a person, it can be a thing, or it can be an idea. So for example,
2 water bottles.
this and this. We can look at, these are two different things, they have a relationship. Wonderful. Visualization. Has anybody heard that word before? Any idea what that might mean?
Like looking at something?
To create a picture in your head. That was my grade 4 answer.
It's pretty close. Okay, so it's when you're visualizing something, yes, it represents an object or set of information as a chart or an image. So we're visualizing something in our mind, but we're going to visualize it as a chart or as an image for math. What about communication?
Talking about something?
Yeah, talking about something. What else?
Interacting with others, sharing ideas.
Okay, and what are those ideas called, do you think?
Information.
Information, that's right. Oh, you guys are so smart. This is
That's right.
looking through this lesson real fast. Okay, that is great. Okay, so now that we know what those mean, you'll see on your tables you also had some cards. Now, some of you are the word, and some of you are what it means.
Okay. Match it.
Yeah, so you're gonna match. So what you're gonna do, when I say go, and not until I say go, you are going to take your card and you are going to try to find the match to your card with somebody else in the room.
Okay.
Okay? Does everyone understand what that means?
Yep.
And here's what and then when you're done, when you found your match, you're gonna hold it up like this so I can check.
Okay.
Okay? There you go. Ready?
Oh, right.
Go.
Communication.
Means of sending or receiving information.
I have a whole number.
Starting from 0.
You got a match.
We have another
Okay, let me
match.
see. Awesome. Great job. You may go sit down.
Visualization.
Oh, I have in front of. Oh,
Awesome. Have a good, you may go sit down.
I think it's that one.
yeah.
Assuming that you guys would only be.
Are we done or we keep going?
Keep going.
Being represented as a symbol.
Symbolically.
That sounds like that one.
Thank you. Wonderful. You may sit
Connections.
down.
Connections.
Awesome. Thank you. You may sit down.
I got this
So
one.
quick.
Thank you. All right. If everyone can return to their seats, please. That was really good. So we all are understanding that, I'm guessing, from what I was saying here. Okay. So pause on Kathleen's lesson. So now I would go into like the 10 block thing, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have the material for you. So I'm skipping
A little
to
bit.
expanded form,
Okay.
just because I have some time. So.
Sounds good.
All right, so we just did our chew. If everyone can please sit down, we're going to move on to the third part of today. Quickly. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk about expanded form. So we just talked about the 10 block, counting by the 10 block system. So we're going to talk about expanded form. Who knows what that means? Have you heard that term before?
No.
I'm not making pressure on you, I'm just,
Yeah,
I would just
so.
make this long and grade for Okay, so what about expand? Do you know what expand means?
Bigger, longer.
Bigger, longer. Okay, so expanded form just means that we're gonna take the number, we're gonna make it bigger.
Oh, okay. That
Okay,
makes sense.
so for example, we are going to use, so we're gonna use the value place. We're expanding each value place for a unit number. For example, I have number 5,400, oh, sorry, 54,321. That was kind of funny. Okay, so now this is in the 10,000s, right? So we're going to expand each one of these value places. So this is the 10,000 one, so we would write it as 50,000
Okay.
plus
4,000.
plus 4,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 1. Okay. What about this number? Let's do one more example. So I can see some of you still aren't quite understanding. Okay, so we have 65,798. Okay, so what do I do first? Brett.
The 6.
Okay, and what am I doing with the 6?
It's 60,000.
So I'm writing out 60,000.
You write 60,000.
60,000.
That was really weird.
Okay.
I have the next one.
Yes, Leah.
The 5 is 5,000.
5,000. Awesome. Does anybody else want to tell me
Megan.
the next step? Brett.
The 7
The 7.
for
What am I?
700.
700.
Do you want to go? Are you sure you got this?
90.
90? Perfect. Plus 8. Wonderful. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an example, and you can use your whiteboard if you want, or a piece of paper. And I'm going to get you, you're going to write it out in expanded form for me. Okay, so let's try. That's a 5, sorry. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and hold it up for me. That's okay. Good job. Good job.
I didn't get a good job.
Yes, you did. Okay, so just one more thing. So when we're writing this out, you all have the right numbers, but you were all missing one thing. What am I missing?
The plus sign.
That's right.
I have plus sign.
That's why I didn't come.
Okay, so let's try one more. Perfect, thank you. Perfect. Perfect, okay, that's great. Yeah, so we do need to remember to put the plus signs in there, and Miss Easto forgot to put the equal sign.
Oh.
So, that's not wrong, so I forgot to tell you. Okay. All right, well, looks like we're out of time for today. So, let's quickly review. So what did we learn today? Yes, Brad.
What a whole number is.
And what is a whole number?
Oh, me?
Sure. Yeah, what's a whole number?
It was above 0 and it's not a decimal or a fraction.
So great. Okay. And what are some ways we can represent 100?
We don't.
Yes.
Symbolically.
Symbolically, yep.
Visually.
Expanded form, yeah.
That is great. Okay, you guys may go for recess.
Woo! Good job.
Good job.